All right, well, what's going on, y'all? So I'm just about to tell you right now, it's about to get a little real. All right, we are not talking about travel because I got some things that I want to get off my chest. And y'all help me. Y'all are like my I don't know, my therapy in a sense sometimes. So I wish I were coming back home on better terms than I am. And some things happened last week and again today that have, left me not in the greatest way. I mean, I feel a lot better after I talked to one of my girlfriends, and it's the first time that I've talked to any of my friends since leaving. I've not talked to any of my girls. I've only FaceTimed my husband, my daughter, my son. But today I needed my girlfriend because I was just blown. I don't know that I was blown away, but I needed to vent. And I'm to the point where I'm like done with my family. And there comes a time when you don't have anything left to give. You don't have any more expectations. And I'm a pretty straight shooter, and I don't really do passive aggressive. I'm more aggressive. I'm not going to beat around the bush. And, and I've just been slighted and not considered for a lot of years. And now I'm 50 and I'm tired of it. There's this new freedom and this unapologetic attitude that I have that I'm over it. And I'm no longer going to dim my light because those around me who I love and care about can't handle my shine, are intimidated, are envious, whatever. But, my family has done some really effed up crap. Today, my mother sent a text message in the family group chat and told my uncle's girlfriend, "Happy birthday." So all the family starts texting. So I texted my mom on the side and was like, "You are something else." And the reason I say this, y'all, is because who had a birthday not too long ago? I don't know. She might be wearing a blue and white striped shirt. And whose mother didn't text her on her birthday? I don't know. She might be wearing that blue and white striped shirt. And she texts me a day later. Now, okay, stuff happens, right? But this isn't the first time that she's not texted me or acknowledged my birthday, right? And it's like, okay, and we don't have the tightest relationship. I don't know what it is. Okay, maybe it is a little bit of envy, which is so hard to fathom because as a parent, I'm not going to say you. I'm going to speak about me. I want my children to be better than me. The sacrifices and things that I have made are for the betterment of my children. So I want them to go further than me. I want them to shine. I want them to excel because it makes my struggle not be in vain, right? Well, that's the way that I look at it. But that's not everybody's ministry. And so we've had a somewhat estranged relationship over the years. And even when I try to reach out and be the bigger person and, there's always something. And this today is coming off the heels of something that happened last week. And so both of those with the family, but different players. And so both of those things just had me like, I'm effing over it. And that's what I told my mother. I am done with you. Yeah, you missed my birthday, but damn it, you could put a happy belated birthday message in the group chat and let the rest of the family tell me happy birthday or some shit. But no, right? And so I'm over being slighted and not considered. I mean, is consideration from those who you love and care about, is it asking too much? And so that's why I celebrate myself, because I'm not going to wait for other people. Because if I wait for other people, guess what? I'm going to be waiting and I'm going to be disappointed. But, you know, despite my celebrating myself, it still hurts sometimes. But you know what? I said what I said. It got a little, I wouldn't say nasty, but more like, I'm done with you. And you know, and then, you know, and she was all confused, like, where is this coming from? I don't understand. Did you mean to send this to me, or did you mean to send this to somebody else? Think about it for a moment, right? Like, I just had a birthday and you can't even acknowledge it in the family group message, but you gonna go and celebrate your brother's girlfriend? Okay. So I'm just over it. Then last week, I found out that family members were going to come gather at my house who, for a barbecue for the 4th of July, who don't interact with me. So you're going to come and that's been the theme, is that I'm not invited to the gatherings with these people, but you MFs are going to come to my house while I'm gone and try to kick it and celebrate? No, that's not happening. And so that, then now coupled with this, so I was just on Instagram and I came across this post that talks about Mean Girls and how that culture is still very much alive. And I felt that a few months ago. I feel it right now, and it's effed up when you feel it from your family, from your mother, your sister, your daughter, your aunt. It's effed up, okay? And what kills me is that all I want to do is be a part of the group. I love y'all. I invite you to everything. I want to be in your circle. I want to be with you. But the same courtesy that I extend is not reciprocal. But the chance that they get to do anything without me, they do it. And, you know, I'm not one to get on here and air my dirty laundry, but today I'm talking about it because the shit, I'm over it. And that's what I told my mother, and I blocked her. I said, don't worry about, I'm done with you, because I'm 50, you about to be 73. Sometimes you can teach an old dog new tricks. Sometimes you can't. And this is one of those where, you know what? I will go out in the world and I will find my people. I will find the people that give me community, that show up, that don't matter how bright my light is. I'm going to go find those people. And actually, I don't even have to go find them, because you know what? They're attracted to my light. They aren't threatened by my light. They aren't insecure by my light. You know, they want to be with me. They want to be in my space. And so for everybody who doesn't, kick rocks. I don't need to run up after you, and I don't care who you are. You know, we use the word family and you know, when I confronted my aunt about the situation last week, she's like, well, we're family. Oh, now you want to use that word so loosely. Now you, or now you want to make it not loosely, make it have weight. But 4 months ago, when the opportunity existed to try to invite me, include me in something, where was the family then? But now that I'm away, y'all all gonna come to my house? Talk about disrespect. And so I told Mr. yesterday, I said, you know, I'm hurt, I'm disappointed, and I'm trying not to become angry, okay? I was trying to process it because, like I told you, I haven't talked to any of my girls, so I'm just processing this. Last week, I was like, I don't even wanna come home. You know, the stuff that's happening in the U.S., my Gen X big sister, Amy, put a post out on Threads asking the Gen X women how we felt about the 4th of July and things like that. She says she had conflicted feelings. I said, F the 4th of July and F the US. At this point, I'm not proud to be an American. Right. I said, I'm not proud to be an American right now. And that's the truth. And I met other Americans on the ship that also had similar feelings. And, you know, we got this clown for a president, but he didn't steal an election. The American people put him into office. And that is what saddens me, is that we're still such a racist country that we just won't be. And so the people on Threads, the racist women came, and they came hard. Okay. It's like, if you don't agree with their views and you aren't a patriot, then, you know, you're a moron. Amy says she was called old, a bitch, that she's responsible for ruining the children of today and the country. Amy don't even have any kids. How is she responsible for anything to do with any child? I mean, make it make sense. So all of that happened, you know, and then I got the family stuff. It's like, why the F would I want to even go back to the US? But I have a husband, I have children, I have pets, and, you know, and I would like to think that they, you know, they love me and would miss me. And I would like to also, you know, give them loyalty, you know, be in their corner, not just be like, hey, y'all, mama ain't coming home, you know. But all of it, y'all, it is enough to send you over. And so when do you say when? And so that text message today hit a nerve like no other. And I got disrespectful. And honestly, I don't feel bad about it. I'm gonna keep it 100. Maybe later on I might, but I just don't, because I'm tired. I'm so tired. And I don't do passive aggressive. I'm not. And at this point, I feel like, deuces, family, I have to protect my peace and my sanity. And self-preservation is number one. And my mother said, you're so angry. It's just her birthday. Say happy birthday. You have no clue, ma'am. None. You don't even get it. And so, like the people on Threads, I'm not about to continue to have an exchange with you, because you don't even get it. And it's just gonna fall on deaf ears. And so, you know, I wish that, I'm trying not to let this overshadow the wonderful experience that I had. When I was talking to my girl, she said, you know, babe, I really hate that this is happening right now. I wish you would have found out about this after you returned. And I'm like, yeah, me too. You know, me too. But, you know, life doesn't always, you know, you got to take the good with the bad, right? And I am, you know, I'm blessed to have more good than bad. And so, you know, I'm grateful. And this is a very, I don't even know that it's uncomfortable. It's one that you determine how people treat you. What you accept, what you tolerate is how people are going to treat you. And so I encourage you, if you are feeling slighted, if you are feeling like you're always the considerate one, you're always, you know, considering other people and you know, thinking about feelings and things, and you feel like it's not reciprocal, you know, maybe there's something that you need to do. Maybe you need to remove your presence. You know, I came across right after I found out about the barbecue and stuff last Thursday, I came across a post from Mel Robbins, and she was just talking about, you know, letting them. If you aren't invited to the brunch and things, let them. And that's where I've failed, is being so caught up in, you know, trying to control, wanting to be there. No, like Pastor Mike would say, Let them. He did a whole series on it, sermon series. Let them leave, let them learn. I'm not going to be treated like that. My presence is valuable. I'm not going to put up with it. And, and that's what it is. And so, I wish that it was all, great and we could be one big happy family, but it's not the case. And, stuff happens. It does. So, I just want to encourage you. You're not alone if you feel like, man, I'm, the black sheep, or I want to divorce my family. It's okay. Do it. Because don't stay where you're not wanted. Your presence is more valuable. You are valuable. You don't have to stay and feel like crap. You don't have to feel hurt and disappointed. And even if you feel that there is no one, there's someone, and his name is Jesus. And that's for real. That is so for real. And, learn to love yourself. Love your company, because it will make it you might want additional company from others, and your people are going to find you. I said that before. They will find you. You will find them. But you have to make that first step. So I got a day and a half and I'm back home. And I don't know if you've watched any of my other videos, but when I came back from Thailand, I crashed emotionally. When I came back in January after my travel seminar, I was crying, and it was winter. I don't know what's in store when I get home. I don't, but you know what? I know that I will get through it, and I will give myself grace, and I will give myself permission to feel the feels, and I'm not going to be apologetic for them. So thanks for watching, and I will talk to you guys later.